I have never been more happy to be wrong about a pick that I made in the sport of boxing or basketball because we now have a undisputed heavyweight champion for the first time in over 25 years, and he resigns in Ukraine as Oleksandr Usyk gets the job done in a split decision and in what was one of the best fights that I have ever seen as a boxing fan. Oleksandr Usyk made history, not only becoming a heavyweight undisputed champion, but becoming a two-division undisputed champion, which is very rare to see in the sport of boxing, as only a few fighters have been able to accomplish this goal. And why this is so spectacular to see a man of Usyk's caliber be able to pull this off is that he moved up from cruiserweight to heavyweight. And what happens in heavyweight is after 210 pounds, you can be whatever weight you want. You could be all the way up to 300 pounds. So Oleksandr Usyk was coming up to be a smaller man, maxing out at around 223 to 225 pounds, while he was facing opponents like Anthony Joshua, who weighed in at 250 plus, a guy like Tyson Fury, who weighed in at 260 plus. So Usyk was giving up a good 30 to 40 pounds in every heavyweight fight that he was going into. Whereas you look at a guy like Canelo Alvarez in the super middleweight division, it does, if he goes up to 175, he's facing a guy that's also weighing 175. He's not giving up more than 1 to 2 pounds max in a fight like that, whereas Usyk is giving up 30 to 40 pounds. So to see a man pull off that against that skilled of talent in a Tyson Fury was tremendous to see. This fight, to a lot of casual fans, is not going to look as like the most spectacular or the most amazing fight, but if you are a pure boxing fan, this was a game of adjustments, game of who is going to do what, who is going to be where. I mean, this was back and forth action. Major adjustments in the ring had to be made, as well as strategies were getting thrown out the window and changed left and right, and we kept seeing swings in this fight where one fighter started with the momentum and then another fighter gained the momentum and then another fighter gained the momentum back. It was just tremendous to see this back and forth affair that we saw for 12 rounds straight. Oleksandr Usyk started this fight tremendously. He had Fury on the back foot. He came out aggressive and he put the pressure on Tyson Fury, attacking that body, and he was able to find Tyson Fury's head a lot quicker than I thought he was going to be able to. I thought Tyson Fury was going to be able to really stick and move from the beginning and really make Usyk have to work to try to attack him. But as soon as we saw that bell ring, Usyk was on Fury from the get-go. And the first 3 rounds I had going to Usyk easily. He was controlling it. He was pressuring. Yes, Fury had a little bit of success sticking and moving off the back foot, but Usyk was continuously putting pressure, attacking the body as well as the head. And one thing that I noticed early was that Tyson Fury did not like those left hands from Oleksandr Usyk. People are going to question Usyk's power, which we will get to a little bit later in the video, but from those first few punches that I saw Fury take from Usyk, it was obvious Usyk has true power. After the 3rd round, we got to see the momentum start to shift for the first time as Tyson Fury was really able to find Usyk's body, as well as really use his jab very well to keep it at his range and his distance. And we saw the fight swing tremendously into Tyson Fury's favor as he was really putting pressure on Usyk. And as much as Tyson Fury was having success in those middle rounds, Usyk was still making Fury work a lot. He was still putting the pressure on. Yes, he may have gotten hit with a few uppercuts that were big shots, as well as some big body shots, and maybe he would back up for a few seconds, but then he would get right back to it and said, no, you're not going to outwill me. You're not going to outpower me. I'm going to keep putting the pressure on you. And that is what really helped Usyk win this fight, was continuously just putting the pressure on Fury, because Usyk knew Tyson Fury could not keep up this pace for 12 rounds straight, and that we saw that happen in this fight. But to Fury's credit, he turned the clock back and he looked like a pretty good version of Tyson Fury, being able to really attack that body, keep it at his range, and box really, really well, especially off the back foot. But like I just said a few minutes ago, Tyson Fury could not keep up this pace for 12 rounds straight, and we saw the momentum start to shift back into Usyk's favor in the 7th round. As Usyk started to see Tyson start to tire out, he put the pressure back on Tyson Fury, putting in together those combinations, hitting that left hand consistently, hitting that check hook consistently, and Fury was having a lot of trouble staying at that pace. And then we saw Usyk hit Fury with a big left hand, overhand left hand that busted up the nose and welted the eye of Tyson Fury. And when that left hand hit, Tyson Fury was in a lot of trouble because he was clinching a lot, he was grabbing at his nose a lot, and we saw that Tyson Fury was looking like he was going to get in trouble after having convincingly won 4 rounds in a row. Usyk just took the momentum right back. And then we saw Oleksandr Usyk hit Fury with a huge 2-punch combination that hurt Tyson Fury the most I've seen Tyson Fury hurt in his career. He was off his feet. He was gone. He was knocked out. I don't know how he did not go down. Usyk putting pressure on pressure on pressure on Tyson Fury. And we saw Usyk put together great combinations. It wasn't just wild like throw for the heavens. He was hitting Tyson Fury with every shot. We have not seen Tyson Fury take that punishment in a long time. As much as Deontay Wilder had Fury the most hurt, we have not seen Fury get hit with that amount of punches accumulated together in a one span of a round. And I don't know how the referee did not stop this fight, because Tyson Fury was out on his feet, getting hit by everything. The ropes saved Tyson Fury. And if this fight, or if that specific round in round 9, if that continued for 15 to 20 more seconds, this fight would have been a stoppage. I think this fight would have definitely been a stoppage. I do not disagree with the referee's take on giving him a standing 8 count or a knockdown. I'm pretty sure he gave him an actual knockdown. I'm not against that. I know a lot of people were saying, oh, it should have been a stoppage. Oh, it should have been a KO victory for Usyk. One, we've seen Tyson Fury come back from the dead, literally, against Deontay Wilder. We saw him get dropped twice against Deontay Wilder. So I'm not against him getting that opportunity to get a 10 count and get up and get back into the fight, because we saw Tyson Fury get up and get back into the fight and win another round in this fight against Usyk, as he was able to again get back to attacking that body, getting back to hitting those uppercuts, because Usyk kept dipping to his right side. And we saw Fury get back up and have success in this fight. But at the end of the day, Usyk continued to just keep that pressure on and would not let Tyson Fury rest at all, would not let Tyson Fury gain any more momentum. Yes, Tyson Fury had success, and I gave him one of those later rounds in the fight, but Usyk just continued to put the pressure on, and at the end of the day, he got his hand raised, and rightfully so. We saw the right man win, and thank goodness, because the judges tried to screw over Oleksandr Usyk by one of the judges giving Tyson Fury a 114-113 decision. I did not understand that whatsoever. My scorecard read 115-112. I gave Oleksandr Usyk the first 3 rounds, and then I gave Tyson Fury's rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then I gave Usyk round 8, gave Usyk the 10-8 round in round 9, and then Usyk round 10. I gave Fury round 11. I thought he was able to really land more punches and keep Usyk a little bit more at bay, and then I gave Usyk the 12th round, giving a 115-112 scorecard, which I think is rightfully so. I mean, you can argue that there could have been a stoppage, and I think if there was a stoppage, there would be no argument of a rematch clause right now. I don't think anybody would think there should be a rematch if Usyk was able to stop Fury in that 9th round, which a lot of people, you could argue he should have been stopped. But at the end of the day, Usyk was the better man, and I do want to give credit to Tyson Fury, because he did turn back the clock, and he did look like his old self in there after having a poor performance against Francis Ngannou. So I still do think Fury has a lot in the tank, but I will say I do think he's well past his prime. We saw him not have very good defense for a consistent period of time. Tyson Fury used to be known as the man who could go 12 rounds straight while boxing. We saw it against Deontay Wilder multiple times. We did not see that in this Usyk fight. We saw him really tire out and really get hit by a lot more punches that he's used to getting hit by. So I do think there's a lot of wear and tear on Tyson Fury, but I don't think we're at the end of seeing Tyson Fury in the ring. As much as I do want to give Tyson Fury credit for this fight, I must say his comments at the end of the fight. First, I want to say with some context, he might have been concussed, so I don't take fully what he said into account, but him bringing up the Ukraine and them being at war, and him Oleksandr Usyk getting a little bit of help from the judges because his country's at war is just blasphemy. That's ridiculous. You can't be saying something like that. You were outboxed, you were outclassed, you were knocked down, knocked out, so you can't be saying that you thought you won the fight, and the only reason Usyk won the fight was because his country's at war. That is ridiculous. And the reason why I think he's concussed is because he said Happy New Year at the end of it. That is just weird considering we're in the middle of May. So I don't know where he or why he said that, but I don't understand that. I just, at the end of the day, Usyk was the better man. He executed his game plan tremendously. Fury executed his game plan tremendously as well. He just wasn't able to withstand the pressure of Usyk, and he really was not able to keep up with the pressure Usyk was giving him. So Usyk was the better man. He deserves this win. Congratulations to arguably one of the best of all time in the sport of boxing. He is definitely the best heavyweight of this era. There is no question. He went up in weight. He beat Anthony Joshua, who was the man at the time, 2 times. He just beat the #1 guy, Tyson Fury, convincingly. So I don't know how you can argue this man is not the best fighter in the world, and he's not one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, in my opinion. He's pound for pound #1. There's no argument there. Even Bud Crawford said something about it. There's no question there. Respect to Inoue, respect to Crawford, but Usyk's the #1 guy. There's no question about it. He just beat the 2 best heavyweights in the world at a huge weight disadvantage and made it look pretty easy once the 12th round was over. And now the big question is, what is next for both of these fighters? Let's talk about Usyk first. I know they both said they're willing to do the rematch in October. Me personally, what else does Usyk need to do? He proved himself. He proved to be the better man on Saturday night. He proved to be one of the best fighters of all time. What else does this man need to prove? He dominated the cruiserweight division. In his 6th fight in heavyweight, he is an undisputed heavyweight champion. What else does this man need to prove to you? There is nothing else. I understand it was considered a close fight, but if that fight was stopped in the 9th round, are we really talking about a rematch here? We're not talking about a rematch. I mean, in my opinion, Usyk won this fight pretty convincingly. So yes, maybe Fury can go in and make some adjustments to make this fight look a little bit different, but in my opinion, Usyk does not need to take this fight. He's 37 years old. He's a 2-time undisputed champion. There is no need for him to get in there again and have a rematch. Now, if the Saudis give him a buttload of money, a big load of money that he can't refuse to take, all right, obviously go take it. I mean, go chase that bread. But in my opinion, Usyk does not need to do it. He has accomplished everything in the sport of boxing. He has submitted himself as, in my opinion, a top 15 fighter all time and the greatest heavyweight of this era, and it's not even close. As for Tyson Fury, I would not want to see an Usyk rematch. Yes, the Fury fans are going to want to see an Usyk rematch because they're going to want to see him get his get back. But in my opinion, there's one fight that he needs that there is left for him to do, and that is Anthony Joshua. They need to run that fight. Yes, he may not, this fight not maybe for an undisputed championship, but it's to show who the greatest heavyweight of Great Britain is, and that is still a huge fight. You have Anthony Joshua, who everyone wrote off after he lost twice to Usyk. He had that little mental issue in the ring going on with him. He kind of lost his cool, and people thought he was done. And then he has come back and really become a completely different fighter with Ben Davidson in his corner. So, and he has looked like a hugely massive improved version of himself that I would love to see him in the ring with Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury showed me enough to where I think he could give Joshua a lot of trouble. In my opinion, Tyson Fury did 10 times better in the ring with Usyk than Joshua did. I don't think there's a question of that. So, in my opinion, I want to see Tyson Fury fight Anthony Joshua, and I want to see Oleksandr Usyk right off into the sunset. He is done. There is no need to see him in the ring again. He is one of the best of all time. I do not want to see it. But at the end of the day, Usyk is a fighting man, and he will do whatever he wants. We probably are going to see the rematch. I'm definitely going to sign up for it. I'm definitely going to watch it again. Obviously, I want to see Usyk and Fury do this 10 more times. I mean, they put on a huge show. A lot of people were probably nervous going in this fight, thinking it may not be a barn burner. It was a barn burner. It was one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life. It was a great back and forth fight. It was a great fight, seeing both fighters make adjustments and seeing who is really going to be the initiator, who is really going to put their foot down, and seeing just everything that they put in there in that ring was just tremendous to see. So again, congratulations to Usyk. Loved what I saw from Tyson Fury. I thought he showed a lot of guts, a lot of glory, and showed why he is a true champion and is still considered one of the best in the world in the heavyweight division. But we all know who number one is, and that is Oleksandr Usyk. But I want to know what you guys think down below. Let me know what you all think in the comments. Let me know what you guys want to see from both Usyk and Fury. Let me know if you guys think Usyk is pound for pound number one, undoubtedly. And let me know just down below your thoughts and concerns about this fight and what you guys want to see in the future. But I appreciate y'all for being here. Be sure to leave a like. Be sure to subscribe if you are new. We post daily basketball and boxing content on the channel. And until next time, it's been your boy Evan, and peace, y'all.